Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. One of the most important videos that I think a lot of people could definitely do with some help with. Heck, I've made this mistake lots over the years. It's how to spend your coins. So, a lot of people get coins, get packs, and completely waste them. There's quite a few things I'm going to talk about in this video. If you do like these type of videos where I do tutorials, talk about the general state of the game, tactics videos, looking at the latest players, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I'm regularly putting videos out there that hopefully helping you guys get better at the game. And I do read all the comments. I appreciate all the support. So the first area we're going to start, SBCs. EA have been releasing a ridiculous amount of SBCs this year. It was a bit slow at first. I think it's been pretty good since then. The first thing you want to consider when you look at an SBC is how good the value is. I'm pretty tempted by this backer one still. Consider the value. Is it good enough? Is it worth doing? All those type of things. Will it last in your team? The first thing you need to really consider is just the value. A lot of people don't do that. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I think it's really important to look at SBCs in depth and think, will I actually ever use this card? So, like Ledley King, compare it to his 86, it's barely a better card and he's about 4 times the price. Would you be better just using the tradable King and leaving this one? You have to consider, especially if it's an expensive SBC, how long term the SBC is going to last in your club. So this Schmeichel, I'm very tempted to do him because I think keepers at the high level are all pretty identical to each other, to be honest, and he's getting the icon league chemistry. So if you can get an icon at a reasonable price that you know can last in your team for 3-4 months, they're probably going to be very good value because they've got a lot of longevity in your club because of the way that they fit into chemistry. Whereas if you see an Ecuadorian player playing in the MLS but he's got a great card, he still might not last very long in your club because ultimately, how are you fitting him in? If a player can't get chemistry, that's really going to hurt you when it comes to long term with a card. It's a bit weird this year when it comes to SBCs. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out iggm.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out iggm.com today because we're getting more untradeable fodder than ever before. They've really been throwing us in the season pass, the objectives, the milestones. And make sure, in my opinion anyway, you need to make sure about this, that you do some of these because a lot of people end up getting a lot of duplicates. I have nearly 2 million coins worth of fodder at the moment. Going to finish my weekend league later today, so I'm going to have even more. I'm saving up for the Mbappe SBC. He's going to be a ridiculous expensive SBC, this player of the month for Mbappe, but I know I'll probably use him till the last day of this FIFA, so I'll get a lot of use out of him. This one, I need to do this. It's a pretty cheap team of the week to do. Get SBC, but team of the week's a pretty premium this year, and if an SBC comes out needing a high rate team of the week, you're probably going to want to have this done, so I'm definitely going to do that. Obviously, the game's about having fun. Do make sure that you do SBCs of cards that you're going to like. Don't just go for the absolute meta at all times, would be my advice, unless you care ridiculously about competing. But don't just throw away coins, or just because you've got some fodder, throw it away using your fodder on random SBCs that are never going to get anywhere in your club. I mean, this is an easy way. I played someone the other week who had 11 cards that were all SBCs, all first owner. So they probably had no coins in the club anymore, and a lot of their cards just weren't going to last. This Forlan's really good, but he's not worth 600k. So be really careful with SBCs. One other piece of advice I would give in general is don't put tradable coins into SBCs unless you absolutely have to finish it off, or it's a really good one. Like this Mbappe, I'll probably have to put an extra million in, but I think it's worth it for an Mbappe like that. Whereas this Schmeichel, if you had to put 250k in, I wouldn't do that because he's 200k trade. We'll just buy the tradable one and lose a little bit long term. Whereas a lot of these I will do, but just using fodder that I've saved up for a long time. So SBCs are a big trap. Objectives, milestones, all this type of stuff. Get your season stuff done. There's a lot of good fodder in there. Make sure you check out some of the objectives. 76 days, so that's pretty nice. There's a jumbo rare player pack, very easy to get as well. So Check these out. You can get a lot of good packs from these. There's not an objective one, their objective one at the moment, I guess, is Diogo Jota. But they've been doing like 87s, 88s a lot of the time, or cards that could get to 88. Get them done if you can, and it's not a massive hassle to you. Check out some of the rewards, see if there's easy packs you can get. A lot of these are ways that you can save yourself a lot when it comes to your club. I think a lot of people don't take advantage of it enough. It's a really good area of the game where you can end up saving yourself a lot. One thing I would say as well, don't ever buy coins with packs. So many coins with packs. Buy packs with coins. So many people throw away so many coins by just opening packs for them. I've never ever understood it. I don't get why people do it. This is my team at the moment. A big piece of advice I would give is don't change your team lots. I know a lot of friends who've played the game. I've done it a lot in the past. They're changing the team every week. I understand it does make it more fun, but in the long term, you'll run out of coins. You lose money on the EA tax, 5% every time you sell a card. Try find a few players that you can stick with, and you know that either they might hold the value or you're going to use them long term. So even if they lose value, you're not just constantly chopping and changing. So many people lose so many coins by just changing their team, constantly changing their formation. They have to change a player out. Consistency on this game, looking after your club, is a big deal. And if you don't, you end up losing a lot of coin value, and then you can't even change your team anymore. You get left with an awful team, and then you end up quitting the game. So many people do this, fall into that rut, end up quitting the game because they just don't have enough coins to build a good team. If you look at my team, 530 games. That's my most appearances on a player. Alisson over 100. Van Dijk says 50, but I did have a trade. I used a tradable Van Dijk for over 200 games. And I also had an Alisson for longer, but I got a first owner Alisson untradeable. I've probably played a few hundred games with Alisson and Van Dijk. Blanc, I've had Van Dijk longer than Blanc, so I've probably played like 400 games with Alisson and Van Dijk. I just managed to get first owner ones. Davies, very cheap fullback to be fair. Patel's over 100 now. Bonmati over 300. Musiala's at 100. Salah 100. Butragueno's nearly 100. Son not far off 200. How much did I get? Messi 168. Frankie 315. One of the ways that I've looked after 250 on Hernandez. One of the ways I've really managed to build my club up this year is by not constantly chopping and changing, and it's made a huge difference when it's come to my club. Another one, use loans. I think loans are 100% something you should be using in champs in the later stages, especially if you're pushing for the next rank. That can help you earn a lot more coins by getting the better rewards. Don't waste loans in like rivals. I see a lot of people do that. Like, what is the point? And the last bit of advice I'd say that is a killer for a lot of people. When a new promo comes out, don't buy the player instantly. Wait a couple of days, a few days at least, for the price to set. If a new, so this Musiala when he came out, really good. I think the market's tanked a bit anyway, so I've been probably screwed a bit there like everyone else. What is he now? He's on down like nearly 200k. You can't avoid the market tanking at times. If you knew when it was coming, obviously you could sell up and make bank, but you just can't do that. It's just too hard to know. But when this Musiala came out, it was like 1 million coins in the first few hours. Don't be that idiot who wastes all your coins buying a player because you're so desperate to use him. And then the game lasts a year. You can wait a few days to try a new card out rather than throw all your coins away. But I say this, but a lot of people do it. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully it's helped you out. If there's any questions, any comments, any videos you'd like to see me do, please do let me know. Appreciate you guys as always. Keep it spicy. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.